Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a detailed review on this Hamilton Beach The Scoop single serve coffee maker, model number 47550. You can still get it at Walmart for 35 bucks. So this is a really nice coffee maker. It does not do K-cups. It's a single serve coffee maker that you use your own coffee grounds. It does not come with a travel mug either. This is my travel mug, but it makes it look like it comes with one. It does not. You use the scoop for your ground coffee. You do not use K-cups. It says it's great tasting because it brews at a high temperature and it's fast. So this is fast. I'll do some temperature checks. So check out my unboxing where I go over all the dimensions, how big everything is, the extension cord and everything. But it looks really nice. We got a water reservoir here. I do recommend, so it did have kind of like a film in there. I do recommend kind of washing that out. But you're going to want to run a thing of water through here first. That's the setup procedure. And I did get some things floating in the water. So make sure you run some water through the machine with no coffee installed. So look, it's a single serve coffee maker. Looks really nice. This is just kind of hinged. There's no really click. It lifts up and it stays up. This is where the coffee goes. Then you've got this other kind of filter basket thing. And then you got this cup with the hole in the bottom. So it's nice that this all comes apart for cleaning. And there's even a little hook on the side here for this. Kind of neat. Little cutout here for the handle. There's what the brew head looks like. This is kind of like a rubber. Again, it just pops down. There's just two buttons. Very simple to operate. It's just you either push that for a regular brew or push that for a bold brew. There's nothing more to it. Again, there's the water reservoir. Look around the back. This serves as like a double purpose drip tray. Nothing comes out of the drip tray. I mean, you can't take this out. So you just got to wipe it up what's there. But you can turn this around and get you a step. There. So a tray for a shorter mug. And then you just turn it around when you want it to go there. So that's kind of a neat design. So this is a very simple to operate machine. Very simple, very quiet, and very fast. So I will give you some quick measurements just for travel mugs. That travel mug is 6.5 inches, and it's about 7 1/4. And then when you've got this turned around, it's pretty small that way, about 4 1/4. Comes with a really nice instruction manual, which I'll be following today. So the theory behind this is this scoop. So the theory is you're going to be able to scoop up your coffee out of your, now this does get wet, so make sure it gets all dried off. But you don't want to stick this wet in your ground coffee. You can scoop it out, and you're just going to put it here and then brew your coffee. Now it's got an 8-ounce line and a 14-ounce line, and they're kind of hard to see, but you'll get used to it. So if you see this like big bold line here, that's your 8-ounce line. Now there's a max, it's kind of hard to see. There's a max kind of stamped into the plastic. The max line is the top of the metal. So you've got 8-ounce and 14-ounce. And you can go anywhere in between. I think 8 ounces is the minimum, but you can go anywhere between 8-ounce and 4-ounce. So it says 8 ounces is 2 tablespoons of coffee. 14-ounce is 3 tablespoons of coffee. So this is a pretty nice deal. K-cups only hold 2 tablespoons of coffee. So K-cups, you can see this is quite a bit different than a K-cup, but these only hold 2 tablespoons of coffee. And when you use a reusable K-cup, they only hold 2 tablespoons. So these can never really do a travel mug. I normally only brew my K-cups at 8 ounces and the coffee tastes just right. So this one, I am going to be able to put it up to 3 tablespoons. So that should get me, so 8, I should get me about 10 ounces. 12 ounces might be pushing it, because 8, when you do a coffee maker, and again, this is all subject to your own taste, and I'm just going by my taste. If you can brew how much ever water through this machine as you want, but I'm just telling you, normally when I do the 2 tablespoons of coffee, I do 8 ounces of water, and we'll try what the 3 tablespoons is. So the theory behind this is you're gonna control how much water you put in. So we put the coffee in, we put it here, we close the lid. Now back here, this is a water reservoir, but it's gonna brew whatever amount of water you put back here each time. So I've got this 8 ounce step and a max step. And it talks about the water reservoir has 2 levels, 8 ounces or 14 ounces, which is the max line. And they tell you to just use, you're gonna get used to your travel mug or your coffee mug. You're gonna get used to where that coffee comes up at. When you first start out, you may have to use a measuring cup with ounces to put the right amount of water in. But once you figure out where the coffee ends up in your, then just fill this up with water in the morning. Then use this to pour the water in, put it back, and hit your start button. But they only give you 2 indications. There is no water filtration. It's just going to suck the water, how much ever water you put back in here, but it says don't fill it up above the max. So basically, you're either going to do 8 ounces of water or 14 ounces of water. So you're going to have to check your travel mug. 8 ounces and 14 ounces is not a bunch of water. So I would fill my travel mug up where I think I'm going to drink my coffee and just see how much that is. Okay, so when I fill that all, that's almost 16 ounces. So I cannot dump my full travel mug into this machine. I can only dump 14 ounces. So here I've got it filled 14 ounces. I dump it into my travel mug. So you can see it's not full, but you'll get used to where that's at. So if you're thinking this is going to do a full travel mug, some travel mugs are 20 ounces. This one's probably 16 or close to 20. So it's not going to do a full travel mug. But let's dump our water back here. That filled it right to the max step. Put my travel mug in, close this lid. Let's lift this up. Okay, let's go use this scoop. I'm going to dry it off first. So this takes just normal drip coffee maker coffee. It should be ground at a medium grind. This doesn't say medium grind, but this is what they sell by the coffee. And it's just, that's what a medium grind looks like. So again, this is going to take some getting used to. So let's talk about this scoop. It doesn't talk much about this area here. I'm not going to get coffee grounds in this area. I'm only going to put the coffee grounds in here. And again, it's really hard to see, but this big bold line right here, that's the 8 ounce. And then the top of the metal, you'll see there's a max line there. That's the 14. That's 3 tablespoons of coffee. So let's just keep the coffee out of this. It doesn't talk about this. But that corresponds with this opening here. So maybe something comes out of there. But our hot water, I would think, is going to come out here. Maybe some comes out there too. So this takes some practice. It says you can do it the traditional way of just putting it in here like that, or you can use this. I tend to find, so there's to the max, okay? Now you want to make sure that you don't have a bunch of coffee around the outside. See, and sometimes you might get some on the bottom or something. This could find its way into your coffee cup. So I don't necessarily know that I like using the scoop, but you can always just scoop it out and put it in there like that. So there, I'm doing the full 3 tablespoons of coffee. I'm going to get it nice and level in there. Then I'm just going to put it right there. There's how it goes. I'm just going to close this lid. Again, it doesn't snap or anything. It just kind of a spring holds it. So again, I've got my water already. My coffee's in. Got my mug here plugged in. You just simply press these buttons. The bold setting, we're going to do a regular setting first. So you just press it. There's a little blue light that comes on. And let's check some temperatures. The coffee maker is not loud. You can hear it kind of boiling some water. Okay, the water's coming out. Should be coffee. There's the sucking the water down. Okay, now it's starting to get coffee. So that's about 180. That is a pretty hot cup of coffee. 185, 186. Yeah, that is really hot. I would like to see a little more flavor extraction. And again, a lot's going to have to do with the coffee you use. I have pretty good luck with this donut shop from Great Value. It's a pretty tasty, it's a medium blend, just a very basic coffee. If you like Folgers and that, you'll like this. Okay, so it's finishing up. It takes about 2 minutes to brew, which is really fast. And it's hot. So let's check the temperature in. Yeah, that's really hot coffee. 184, that's some of the hottest coffee I've seen. And then it just stops and the blue light will turn off. It does drip for a little bit. So if you take your coffee away, you are going to get some drips. And the coffee maker does automatically shut off, which is really nice. Yep, automatically shuts off. Let's take a look at the coffee. So yeah, it looked like it was pretty weak, but that looks like some pretty strong coffee. I'm going to taste it. It's really hot right now. Let's see how the coffee grounds did. Okay, so it looks like we even had a bloom going inside here. And this didn't get too dirty. I like that. I don't want to see a bunch of coffee grounds up here. That makes it hard to clean each time. That looks like a pretty good bloom. This thing did get some pretty good reviews. Okay, we've got some stuff down there. So keep in mind, it does drip when you take this to the trash can. So yeah, boy, it looks like it did a pretty good job with the coffee grounds. I'm not an expert on coffee grounds, but I did like to see that bloom on the top when we first opened it up. They all seem pretty well saturated. So I just added my cream and sugar. That's a very good cup. That's a very good cup of coffee. It might be just a little bit weak. And that might just be in my head too, because it kind of looked like it was weak coming out, but it tastes really good. It's really smooth. It wasn't super bitter when it was black, but I have to add my cream and sugar, but you know, it does a really good job. I do think we are going to get a little bit of sediment because you're not using a paper filter. So you will get a little bit of the fines. There's no coffee grounds in my coffee, but you'll get a little bit of sediment. You'll see it at the bottom. I think it did a really good job. So we can see here, it brewed all the water. Remember, whatever water you put back there, it's going to brew. Cleanup, I like that the brew head didn't get a bunch of coffee on it. You know, you may want to wipe that off. You're definitely going to want to at least rinse these out. Okay, so I read the directions. It said the scoop, this basket, and this are all dishwasher safe top rack. Now I would rinse these out, get these coffee grounds out first before I put them in the dishwasher. But that's a nice feature. And this drip tray. Of course, it's all metal. These are all dishwasher safe top rack. Okay, I want to show you that sediment you might get. There it is, see it? It's, you know, just be aware you do get it. It's not coffee, it is coffee grounds, but it's just super, super fine. And as long as you're drinking your coffee, you know, and not letting it sit too long. But some people say it adds to the flavor. I do think it adds a little bit of flavor to your coffee. Okay, so I rinsed everything off. Let's do a bold setting. These just rinsed up real easy in the sink. So normally I wait to the end. I'm going to give this a Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. I'm blown away actually by this coffee maker. You know, is it the best gourmet coffee maker you'll ever have? No. But boy, does it do a really good job. Yeah, it actually does a really good job of brewing coffee. I'm going to do a bold setting now. Let's do 2 tablespoons. Let's do the 2 tablespoons, the 8 ounces. So again, this, you'll get used to it, but see how that big, thick metal indentation, that's the 8 ounce setting. That's 2 tablespoons. So I've got my 2 tablespoons. I've got everything installed. Let's pour my water in. I'm going to use the 8 ounce step. Very easy to see. I've got some leftover water. I'll just throw this out. Okay, so I'm ready. I'm just going to come up here. You just hit the button. Just hit the bold button. That's all you do. Each one of those is like turning it on and starts the brew all in one, depending on if you want a regular brew or a bold brew. Okay, it starts brewing really quick. Let's do a temperature check. So, well, you know, I think it's a little hotter. I wasn't expecting that. That's 193. Wow. Wow. 196. That's really hot. Normally the bold brew just brews it, it kind of makes it brew a little longer. That's where you get the boldness from, but this might actually be a temperature. Okay, so there it does stop a little bit. We're not done with the brew, but it has stopped. We've got more water to go. So the bold brew, it does kind of pause, and then it starts back up. So don't think your coffee's done when you do the bold brew. Now, Hamilton Beach says use the bold brew like with specialty coffees like Starbucks or vanilla coffees or something like that. Okay, so it's pausing again. I'm not quite sure if it's all the way done or not. Looks like, okay, it's brewed all the water. But the best way to make sure, just wait for the light to go out. That way you know for sure it's done brewing. Okay, so that might have taken about 20 seconds more to do the bold brew. Now again, that's not a lot of coffee. Let's pour it out, see what it looks like. Okay, I did get a little bit of sediment. I should have checked temperature, but we know it was pretty hot. It cooled off 170. Sorry about that. I should have checked temperature when it was in the travel mug. Let's taste it when it's black. It's cooled off just a little bit. Boy, that's a smooth cup of coffee there. I like the bold setting. I really do. Let's open this up. I forgot to open it up right away. Sorry about that. Looks like it did a pretty good job with the coffee grounds. Again, I didn't get a big mess on the top there. That's nice. Very impressed with this coffee maker. I knew it was popular, and I did see a lot of good reviews on it. But my expectations were kind of low just because it costs so less. But man, I'm blown away by it. Other than, you know, the water reservoir it's a little dirty when you first get it, and that's hard to clean. You can't submerge this coffee maker in water. So you got to get a rag in there and rinse that out really good. And I would definitely run some water through it. But boy, this thing's a nice coffee maker. I'll put a link to it in my show description. I am an affiliate for Walmart and Amazon. If you click on the link, I do get a little bit from when you click on the link. The products don't cost you anymore, but I do get a little bit from that. I buy all my own products. I don't have anything shipped to me for free. So it will help defer some of the cost of when I buy these products to do reviews. So I knew this was a pretty good coffee maker because sometimes I go into Walmart, they're sold out. They sell a lot of these coffee makers. Great coffee maker for somebody that's just wanting, one person drinks coffee, they drink one coffee, you know, and go. The coffee maker shuts off. Yeah, just a great coffee maker. So while I was making this video, the Keurig K Supreme Plus Smart, they just released this July of 2021. I'm going to be doing an unboxing and a bunch of reviews on this, but it's $200. But it just came, so I'm pretty excited about that. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope this video helps. If you got any questions at all, leave them in the comments down below. I will be doing a descale video. So this is a coffee maker, and we are going to want to keep up on descaling it with vinegar. Thanks everybody for watching, and if you could, please like and subscribe.